and welcome to another episode on Strillingo. Let's talk about modern day relationships. You end up marrying somebody, and then you look back in time and say, "Oh my God, I wish I had known this. I would have never married this person. This is the red flag that I missed," and things like that. How about if you met somebody and then you had somebody else also a part of that relationship who would help you understand your partner better, spend as enough time as you want with your partner up to the time that you finally think this is the right person for me to get married to. There are people like this. It's just that most of us are unaware of it. Today, I have Radhika Mohta with me. Radhika is a matchmaker and a relationship coach. I'm just going to leave it at that because I want Radhika to explain to us what she does. But Radhika, welcome to Strillingo. I'm so grateful to you for giving me your time.
Yay! Thank you so much for having me here, Smita. And I'm glad we are talking. As far as my work is concerned, so I work as a matchmaker and relationship coach, and I work with legally single people, marriage-minded singles, from the time that they are single all the way till the time that they get married. So
All
that's
right.
the phase of life where I am as a trusted friend, as that person they can talk to about all the things. And I run Elevate, which is a dating accelerator for marriage-minded singles. People typically go on my website, sign up. They go on to gain more clarity about who they are, what would they like to have in their future relationship, partner, all of that. And then we work on action items to be able to achieve their relationship goals.
Understood. Tell me, Radhika, when did you think that this is something that you would like to start? Is it because there are already so many marriage apps in this country, and but then they don't do what you do? I mean, they will only let you meet people you think are eligible for you, but then you are doing something beyond that. You're helping people come to terms with the fact that I need to discover myself and then decide what kind of a human being I want as a partner. And then you also hold hands till they actually believe that they can get married. What made you think that you want to start something like this? Because it's a very innovative concept.
Great question. Love it. So, yeah, I almost come at this stage where, before you get into the sea, you want to learn how to swim and get comfortable with like removing your life jacket eventually and swimming in open waters. So I come at this stage where, sure, there are dating apps available globally, there are database driven tech solutions available. So you can always look up how many singles, male, female, other sexualities, and like available in your area and everything. But how do you know what you're looking for? And how do you know if what you're looking for is actually a realistic expectation? And
Correct.
that's where I come to picture. So to be able to enable people with an understanding of you are going to be out there in the world, but do you know yourself? Do you understand your self enough in terms of your attachment style, your love language, your personality? What are you manifesting?
Hmm.
What are your expectations? Are they realistic enough? And then take them all the way to what are the action items? Are apps are a great way to meet people, not denying, but at the same time, apps are not the only way to meet people. So, where are people showing up online, offline, to be able to meet their kind of people, to be able to meet the one? And that's where I come into picture.
I assumed you'd agree because most of the time, why relationships fail is because people hurry into it and then they are not able to let go of it. Maybe it's insecurity, or maybe they feel that what will society say, all sorts of things. But they look back in time and they think, oh, that was a red flag. I shouldn't have ignored it. I shouldn't have assumed that this person would change after marriage. Things like that, because give or take, marriage is supposed to be a very, very big commitment. Do you think that people in India, especially, are opening up to making very, very informed, because you make informed choices when it comes to buying a phone also. So shouldn't you be making an informed choice when it comes to actually spending your life with somebody? I think that's how we can put what you're doing.
+1, and like you rightly said, we take so much time to order one paneer tikka, to decide on one phone, to decide on one vacation, and plan the itinerary, figure
Right,
out the backup plans. What if this doesn't work? Who's going to be my point of contact? Who are the people who can help me in that journey?
right.
Come to think of it, with any reasonable goal in life, be it a financial goal where we enlist a financial planner or a CA, or a
Right.
fitness where we are comfortable signing up for a cult fit or going to a personal trainer,
Hmm.
or a career goal where we are like, okay, can I get an HR consultant to help me float my CV, get the dream job and everything? We are comfortable in saying that this is my goal and I would like to enlist helpers who will help me get there.
Right.
When it comes to dating and finding a life partner with whom, this co-CEO of your life, you're probably going to spend the next 4 or 5 decades,
Right.
we think, organically, let it happen organically. Let's go with the flow. And one fine day, it will happen if it has to happen. And I'm like, for everything else, we have a plan,
Right.
and we have a
Right.
backup plan, and we have a plan C if that doesn't work. And then I'm not saying we need to become mechanical in our approach, but all I'm saying is we need to be mindful and consciously put ourselves out there for serendipity to happen, for universe to react to what we are throwing in the universe.
Marriages in India are very different from how marriages happened. Let's say marriages in the Asian subcontext happen in a very different manner compared to marriages in maybe Europe or America, these sort of places. So when it comes to a relationship coach like you, shouldn't the necessity of somebody like you be more prevalent in our society? Because, you know, we have always heard that in the West, maybe a broken marriage is an okay thing, but here there is so much of societal judgment. Like you said, we have a CA, we have an HR consultant, we have all sorts of consultants. Shouldn't this become a necessity in today's day and age? And how, when you started, Radhika, how did you start convincing people or approaching people with the thought that you had?
Interesting. I'll tell you something, Smita. The work that I do wasn't really needed maybe a couple of decades ago, because we lived in our tiny villages. We lived in our joint families at places where we had our roots. We would talk to our cousins, our parents, our grandparents, get a diverse set of opinions on what we were doing. And we did not have as much individualistic behavior kick in,
Right,
because something like right from the profession that we had based on what our parents did or our family traditionally did, all the way to the career choices we made, to the food choices we made, to who could be our friends, who could visit home. All those were pretty much a function of where you are and who does your family agree to,
correct,
right? For the
correct,
longest time, our moms and dads wouldn't allow us to be friends with just like anyone, right?
correct, true,
They'd
absolutely.
be like, no, wait, this kid is academically bright. I want you to be friends with academically bright
Yes,
kids so that you
yes,
can
yes,
shine through. Don't go around loitering around with kids who are not good at acads, because then you'll also flunk and all of that, right? So now, given the migration pattern, given the fact that we are moving out of those small towns, joint families, away from our support systems in bigger cities, higher disposable incomes, more choices for us to make, right from that chili paneer, paneer tikka, all the way to the phone, to the next trip and everything. we are overwhelmed with the number of decisions we have to make, and particularly the ones which are seemingly irreversible. I'm carefully using the word seemingly, because it's one thing to be able to place a return shipment for an
Yes.
e-commerce order and claim your refund.
I like how you're putting it.
All of us understand e-commerce language, right? I mean, we are on Amazons and Flipkarts like all the time. So we are like, "Arey, nahi pasand aaya, let's just put it on return shipment. What's the window like? Even if the window gets over, pass it on to a friend if you don't want it. Give it as a birthday gift to someone else, whatever." But this seemingly irreversible decision to have a partner for a lifetime feels overwhelming, and we are not well equipped to understand all the things that are going in it. So it's great if you are able to have enough awareness about yourself, about relationships, about what you're looking for, and you are constantly on the same page as your parents and your family. The disconnect comes into picture when our older generation may not understand the context in which we are operating, may or may not, and the expectations are different from what your parents are looking for in a damad or bahu to what you're looking for in a partner, and so on and so forth. So therefore, it's important to have difficult conversations in our living rooms when we are in our hometowns. It's important to, from time to time, allow the exposure to reality to our parents. It's important to not cover up everything and just continue to paint a glossy picture saying, that's exactly how it's going. The way I left home 10 years ago, I'm the same person. It's important to let them know that you are evolving, that you are growing, that your choices are changing,
Correct.
because then it won't be a shocker for them one fine day that you want to make a decision by yourself.
Correct.
You, who never decided what you're going to eat for dinner, are
Correct.
now going to make a decision on who you're going to be with for a lifetime.
You know, I did a podcast recently about career and motherhood, and I spoke to Bijal, who told me that if we are empowering women to, become these confident, independent people, we also have to empower men to be able to live with these women, because inherently as a cultural society, we have not empowered women. Women are getting empowered now. Women are running households. Women are occupying important positions in society, in jobs, things like that. So then now she is able to make her own choices, which in the past our mothers or maybe our grandmothers couldn't thought, how could I? Because, one, they were not independent financially, and secondly, the culture that they came from told them not to speak up. But today, women are speaking up. So, do you think, as a relationship coach, this is the gap that you have to bridge as well?
Interesting. So I think three things here. One is the fact that in any aspect of our life, it's good to have role models, or for that matter, we knowingly or unknowingly, we tend to have like a personal board of directors. So we are always, when we are making major life decisions, we tend to assume if we were that person who's really good at career, what kind of decision they would make, right?
Right.
So even when it comes to relationships, one of the exercises we have in Elevate is to talk to at least two married couples who've been married for 5+ years and understand what keeps their relationship happy, healthy, strong on a daily basis. It's
Hmm.
not just the social media posts, it's not just a one-off vacation. It takes a
Hmm.
lot of effort on a daily
Right.
basis. So meet cute story of, oh, we met that way, wouldn't last your lifetime. That's one. So we need those role models, right?
Right.
And our parents and primary caregivers may not necessarily have been those role models, which brings me to the second part, Smita, which is we no longer have those very gender stereotyped roles. So
Correct.
there was a time when men were providers, women
Right.
were nurturers.
Correct.
So men would go hunting, bring back food, women would take care of the household, ensure the kids are raised well and everything. But in today's time and age, as of 2024, when both the people are working, both the people are footing the bills, they are taking care of the housing loans and whatnot, then it's also important to understand that the way we have seen our parents or primary caregivers operate
Hmm.
is not necessarily a copy paste
Correct.
now.
Definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
And
Can't
it
be
also
if both are working. Cannot be if both are working.
having realistic expectations from ourselves, from our partner, from the relationship is extremely important.
I think you're making very important points because these totally resonate with what we keep speaking on Srilingo. One of the first things that, and we've been saying this for so long, that there is no perfect mother. Stop expecting a woman to be a perfect mother. There is no perfect bahu. We are human beings are imperfect, there is no perfection available in society. There will always be somebody who's better at something else. You don't have to get 10 on 10 on everything. This is not like a class 5 test, where you have to go and show your report card to somebody at home. This is life, and if you're under so much of pressure that you have to always do it well, you have to excel, then I think that unnecessarily puts so much of pressure on the relationship. It's like a directly proportional thing. There's pressure on my head to do it well. Now I'm going to go and give it on this relationship, and that is when the relationship crumbles. So I, like you said, that you also, as a part of exercise, you also get couples to talk to people who have been married for 5 odd years, to say what is it that you're doing on a daily basis, because day to day is more important than one big diamond ring on your anniversary. I think day to day is more important. What will you do with that diamond ring when that relationship is going to end on an ugly note? So I would like to believe that definitely move, from seeking relationships with that mindset. Let's give it a try. Let it go with the flow. Let it be organic. To, if you are planning to get married, then you take this route, because it's going to only help you understand if you want to do this with this person. Because over this course of time that you will help them navigate, they will understand many things about each other. If there is a person who comes, let's say the boy is from a very, very traditional setup, but the girl is a very, very independent mindset, then how do these people navigate that path? These are things, with your help, they will be able to discover about each other and then decide if they want to get married. I think that will prevent divorces in the country, because that's so rampant, no, today.
I think what's really important is a good match between two people's value systems, their
Yes.
lifestyle, their goals. Because when we are talking about, one person placing a lot of importance to their family, which is not to say the other person is not, but if the other person is more like, oh, grew up in a nuclear family and sort of the weightage is a little different. It's important to understand
Right.
just values, lifestyle, goals matching is super important. It really helps
Oh, many.
have a lot of harder conversations early on, and particularly on things which are which are non-negotiables. So particularly on deal breakers. Because if you never ever want to geographically move out of India, or if you never ever want to, change your food habits from being a vegetarian to anything else, then on those non-negotiables, it's important to have those tough conversations early
And
on
not
and
have
not
surprises later.
not hinge on the fact that, oh no, I see potential, this person might change. Like, excuse me, they are a grown-up adult, they are not going to change for you.
I'm just going to
I
leave it on this note, Radhika, that Bollywood movies, if you see old Bollywood movies, they will always say, there's this very common dialogue, "वो शादी के बाद बदल जाएगा." It doesn't happen. And that's where you come in. And that's where we require more and more people like you. And we need to be able to, the next person I meet, I'm going to tell them about you if they are planning to get married, because I think I will be doing justice to this person to help them get into a good marriage, an informed marriage, maybe.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Radhika, for your time. It was so wonderful talking to you, doing such a nice job. It's not your
I love
regular
what I
corporate
do.
job. Yes, I also discovered something very, very unique, but very, very essential. Although it I can say it's unique, it's fancy, these kind of things. But Radhika, at the core, let's be honest, you and I, and you don't need to be humble about it. It's a very, very essential job that you're doing. Like, we'll end it on this note that we are making informed decisions financially, with regards to mental health, all those things. But most important decision in life is your life partner, because that's the person you will spend maximum time with. If you don't make an informed decision today, well, sorry to say, you spoiled it for yourself. So it's better to take your help and then move forward on this path.
I mean, people don't just get lucky, they prepare their luck. So you
Yes.
can get ready for your first date and you can prepare your luck. And I'm happy if you'd like to reach out to me at radhikamohta.com. I'm sure we're going to put it in the show notes.
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank
Radhika.
you.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you.